transgender woman, and that's fine, but guess what? This is not 1964. I didn't get a chance to march then because I was busy in New York chasing whatever it was to chase that. Gray-haired ass is here now. We've seen a lot of changes going on. Thank you, darling. I love you all too, more than you could ever possibly know. Because a part of me and a part of all of us is in each and every one of us. We never listen to any bullshit and then these white motherfuckers tell us. True is just look next door to you and there's someone's face that you've seen before, yours. So we don't have to take this anymore. We have to really work on making it better. All of this stuff that's been happening has just been so heavy on all of our hearts. You know, take light from this, you know, and still live your lives, do your things. Take care of yourselves as you go on this journey. Because it ain't going to be easy, and they're not going to make it unrough. But guess what? We's a tough bunch of motherfuckers. Take advantage of space. Take advantage of each other. Know one another. It doesn't hurt to smile when somebody says I love you, and you don't lose a goddamn thing by giving someone a hug. They kept us down. They brought us over here, and they thought, well, we got this under control. No, you don't. They call control. They're in for a real rude awakening. So band together, fight for this. Make sure that we get the chance to hold our heads up high like they have been in our minds, in our hearts, and our bodies. This Black Lives Matter is really important because it's all black lives. It's just a matter of realizing that, you know, I didn't become a transgender woman after I thought, oh, wait a minute, I'm not a white woman, I was a black girl. No, I was black first, and then I said, oh, this shit's gotta go. Love and everything about me is with you through this. I'm doing my part to do what I can to make sure that this shit stops from my end. Make sure it stops from yours. Thank you.
Free the land. Free the land. Free the land. By any means necessary. My name is Lumumba Bandele. I'm a member of the Malcom Grassroots. Names of two elders who are no longer with us, who have inspired the work that I do individually and as an organization that we do. Our founding member, Baba Chokwe Lumumba. Richie Perez. I'm a child of the Black Liberation Movement. I was born into this. It was born into me. I do this because I am clear about my responsibility. I do this for Naima and Adassa Van Dillon. In 1999, after the murder of Amadou Diallo, the Malcom X Grassroots movement, along with a few other organizations, decided that we would no longer respond in the way that we have been with marches and rallies after the murders of our people. We said that we would go on the offensive. We created the People's Self-Defense Campaign. We decided that we would go in the street and monitor the police. We would train our people how to monitor the police. We decided that we would shut the NYPD street crime unit down. We were told that it was impossible. The street crime unit no longer exists. I stand on the shoulders of great people. I stand here inspired by a man who came home after 33 and a half years of imprisonment because he chose to stand and fight against police brutality. November 24th, he came home. Baba Sekou Odinga came home. To you and folks like you, shutting down New York City, he could not reach his home for hours. He was inspired. So I say to you, we have both the responsibility and the ability to continue to do what we know we can, what we know we must, because victory is certain when we make it certain.
I don't know why they had to go after these elders. Melanin on fleek. I am so thankful to be here. My name is Cheryl Brown. I'm a community organizer, a social justice educator, and a disruptor. You may know me on Twitter as Awkward Duck. So I was talking a little bit about like what got me in this movement, why I'm here. My first job coming in high school was a waitress at Pizza Hut. And I used to come home every day in rural North Carolina and see stand up. And I would come home and check on my grandfather and check on my two brothers and my cousins out on the stoop. They would be out there drinking, listening to music, but one day was different. And the police came around because they heard a noise complaint, they said. They said a neighbor called the cops. And they began to harass my brothers and an argument ensued. And then one of them body slammed my older brother to the ground. And my younger brother began crying. And the officer said, "Do you want to be pacified, nigga?" My cousin, filled with rage, rushed the cop and pushed him. And the cop pulled out a gun and shot my cousin twice in the chest. And I watched him die that day. And we were told back then and believed that when a cop kills a black teen, that there's nothing you can do about it, that's just the way it is. And I felt enraged and invisible and had all this anger and didn't know what to do with it. And then I went to college at the North Carolina State, A&T State University, where a mentor, an elder, got a hold of me. And he saw all this righteous black girl anger, this slick tongue, this unfiltered analysis. And he said, "You are enough, and I see you." And he gave me guidance and a network, and family, and family, and family, and family. And he taught me how to be an organizer. And it was enough. And I was enough, and I'd always been enough. And standing here with you all today in this current movement, I feel that more than ever. So thank you for being reflections of goodness, of fights, of resilience, of righteous anger, of unapologetic blackness, of we are not going to be your respectable Negro. Thank you for your heart, your pull, your anger, your rage, your blackness, your adequacy, and every single time, for always being enough.
I'm supposed to be up here to talk about the reason why I came into the movement. This is the reason why. The reason why I got into the movement. It's simple. It was my duty to come out here and fight. It was my duty to fight for my freedom. It was my duty to win. I can't expect nothing less than that is to win. My father and I, we had a conversation about movements and about the Black Power movement, about the Civil Rights movement. And he asked me if my generation, will we come out and fight for something bigger than ourselves? Honestly, to me, I said no. I didn't have the faith that I have in my generation like I do now. On August 9th, it was no question that the young people were out and we were tired. We were resilient. We were like, no justice, no peace. If you have to shoot us down for us to fight for our freedom, we will. That's how I got involved. Seeing Michael Brown Jr. on the ground, the hot pavement for 4.5 hours. I was at work, and I was like, I have to go out. There's no way that I'm going to be in this job vicinity and not fight. And by the time I left work, I was out there. I was in the field, and I never left. And I have no intentions of leaving. Because, like I said, it is my duty to I have a brother who could have easily been Tamir Rice. I have a sister who could have easily been Sandra Bland. I have cousins, I have nieces, I have nephews who are every fiber of my being of the reason why I fight. Whenever I feel like I want to give up, I automatically think of my little brother. I automatically think of my little cousins and nieces and nephews, and I want to see a world much better than what we're seeing right now. The reason why I fight is because we have to win. We have to win. That is the reason why I fight. I fight for Tamir Rice. I fight for Michael Brown. I fight for Sandra Bland. I fight for all of our brothers and sisters, our queer folks, every single one of us. I fight for you guys. I love you all. Thank you.
Peace, family. There are many paths to this work. We have an incredibly large movement that is more than any of us could have dreamed of. And after an incredible year of taking to the streets and actions that have shaken this country to its core, we find ourselves here. With an opportunity to reflect, hold each other, envision our futures. Together across all of our many differences, we have much to learn about ourselves, about each other, about our movement. This here, this moment, in this space, is our chance to dream of a bigger notion of freedom than we've allowed ourselves to ever imagine before. Can we dream this together, family? Can we
dream this together, family? Can we dream this together, family? Dare we imagine a path we might collectively walk together towards that dream? This is the question we must begin to answer. And many have been questioning, learning, growing, and fighting. And we will continue to fight. Because we must. Because we must. Because it is our duty. Because it is our duty to fight. Because it is our duty to fight for our freedom. Family, repeat after me. It is our duty to fight for our freedom. It is our duty to fight for our freedom. It is our duty to win. It is our duty to win. We must love and support one another. We must love and support one another. We have nothing to lose but our chains. We have nothing to lose but our chains. It is our duty to fight for our freedom. It is our duty to fight for our freedom. It is our duty to win. It is our duty to win. We must love and support one another. We must love and support one another. We have nothing to lose but our chains. We have nothing to lose but our chains. So our ancestors could hear us. So the slain could hear us. It is